Welcome back to live coverage of the great Steamboat race.
Time to get a race update with Reed in just a couple seconds, but first we have to make sure that he's available for us. I understand there's some...
up in the sky cam. It's a great view of the race course.
Interesting happenings. Let's go to him right now.
Hey, what we see here is an even boat race. Basically, it's neck and neck as the boats are up to Jeff Boat now. We're about 15.5 minutes into the race, and they're neck and neck crossing under the Kennedy Bridge. It was the Belle of Louisville by about a boat length. As they come under the Big Four Bridge, maybe a half a boat length for the Belle of Louisville. And here at Jeff Boat, for all intents and purposes, it is neck and neck. Now, I'm going to give you a view here of the Belle of Louisville, which is running closer to the Indiana shore. You can see, we've been noticing some pleasure boats running. You can see one boat down there running very close to the Belle of Louisville. There's some boats running there close to the Delta Queen, too. And it was my understanding that none of this was to be allowed. So possibly our crews on the boats can identify those small boats out there running beside and let us know exactly what's going on. It would be interesting to know. So, as I say, as we're midway through the Jeff Boat area here, 16.5 minutes into the race, you can call it an even race. We have a steamboat race underway this time. It is up for grabs at this particular point. That's it topside from the Channel 32 Skycam.
Thank you very much, Reed. I tell you what, some of those little boats may be safety boats, I'm not sure, but the Armada is supposed to stay back behind, and they're really not supposed to be allowed out on the river until 7 o'clock.
Or is this some of that gamesmanship we've been hearing about? Are they going to get help or something here? We're going to have to find out.
I don't know.
More on that in just a couple seconds. Stay with us as the great Steamboat race coverage continues on Channel 32. Welcome back to Channel 32's coverage of the great Steamboat race.
And now, for the man who has the best view, let's go to Reed Yaden, topside in Skycam. Hi, Reed.
Okay, hi again, Liz and Fred. You know, Fred, you've been talking about gamesmanship, and the history of this race is loaded with skullduggery, to say the least, and a good deal of it has occurred at, well, the starting line, but most of it has occurred up here at the turn around 6 Mile Island. Various things have happened, and I remember the first year they used a tug to turn the Belle of Louisville. That was a surprise, and some accusations went down, and various things have gone on over the year. What's it going to be this year? Well, who knows? So far, we haven't seen anything yet, but we'll have an eagle eye up at the turn. Now then, let me give you another view of the race. An even race as we're heading toward the Louisville Water Tower. Wayne Hart and everyone down at the Water Tower will be getting a view of the boats very shortly. We're about to clear Jeff Boat now. It is still an even boat race. Black smoke pouring out of the Belle of Louisville. He's obviously pouring the coal to that boat. Not seeing quite that much black smoke pour out of the Delta Queen. I don't know if he's throttling back a little bit or what. But at this point, it is an even boat race. Judging from that white steam coming off the top of the Belle of Louisville, I'd say they're playing the Calliope down there and doing just a little bit of celebrating, no doubt. I'm really amazed, not really surprised, but I am amazed at how close these captains are running these boats to the shoreline. They're hugging the shoreline, the Kentucky shoreline for the Delta Queen, the Indiana shoreline for the Belle of Louisville. They're really hugging into that shoreline as close as they can. Very shortly, you folks at the Water Tower will be getting your first glimpse of the boats as they're heading towards 6 Mile Island. And I can tell you right now, if it keeps up this way, the turn is going to be something else, bearing in mind that both boats will be turned by tugs this year. We're about 20.5 minutes into the race. You see them there. I'm calling it a dead even boat race right now. Let's go back to Liz and Fred.
All right, Reed, thanks very much. We'll be joining you again in just a few moments.
You know, the Belle has used a tugboat for a long time now, the Miss Ida, and he said that was the first year they used it. That was sort of their secret weapon. And the Delta Queen is going to use a tugboat this year, too, so it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. But let's go to our hometown boat now, the Belle of Louisville, and Stephen Vicky. Hi.
Liz, Fred, how do you do again? We are dead even with the Delta Queen, and it's, you know, not only was it a good start, a close race, it's an absolutely beautiful day, except for the river conditions.
It is. This isn't the first time the Belle's been out today. She took her normal trial run before the race with a boatload of passengers, and Jana Wallace was on board.
With that, the passengers for the Belle of Louisville's sold-out trial run came aboard. For one couple, the Steamboat's trial became their honeymoon cruise. 80-year-old Lawrence Loudermilk married 76-year-old Lucille on Friday.
We just got married, and I don't want to leave her. I want to stay right close to her all the time. I don't want to leave her now. We've got to go someplace, so we enjoy the trip on the boat together.
Besides giving a lucky group of people a first-hand feel of the Steamboat race, the Bells trial also gives the crew a chance to test the boat at top speed.
She seems to be doing very well. It's a bit windy, and of course there's current running, but we hope that the current is still running, and it will be this afternoon, be to our advantage.
What a lot of people don't realize is that much of the work of running the Belle goes on far below this top deck, in a place called the firebox. Here in the firebox, 5 engineers will keep an eye on the burners, steam pressure, and fuel during the race to push the Belle to her maximum speed. Before we disembarked, we asked Assistant Captain Mullen if the Belle would win.
We're going to try. You know, I don't want to say that we are or not. We are going to try, and we do try. And I get asked all the time if the race is fixed, and no, it's not.
Jana Wallace, Channel 32 News.
Vicki, we're coming up on the water tower and the big party going on over there. We'll be heading back to those guys in a minute. I think Paula Tupman is there along with Wayne Hart.
Right.
You know, since the 1984 Great Steamboat Race, precautions have been taken to make sure what happened then doesn't happen again. This afternoon, police scuba teams and the bomb squad searched both the Belle of Louisville and the Delta Queen. This year, they also searched the Bonnie Belle and the Star of Louisville. You may remember that back in 1984, minutes after the race began, a bomb threat was called in to Louisville Police Headquarters. The Belle docked at Cox Park, the race came to an end, and the Delta Queen won that year by default. Not only have all 4 boats been thoroughly checked, but the police bomb squad is on, at least a member of the bomb squad is on each boat this evening. All this means is to make sure that a crank call doesn't do what it did in 1984, and that's in a beautiful day and a lot of fun for thousands of people.
And we are having lots of fun aboard the Belle. Back to you, Fred and Liz.
Thanks, Steve and Vicki. Interesting, the whole bomb episode. Must have been a tough year for you.
Oh, it was a bad year, yes, and the Belle lost by default because of somebody's prank. Bad. Well, you know, they're having a lot of fun out at the water tower, and let's go to Wayne now. Wayne, can you see the boats yet? Well, we're not going to go to Wayne quite yet.
I hear a voice.
Yes, I hear a voice, but we don't have a picture, so he's apparently not being able to see the boats yet. But I've been down at the boat race party for several years, and it always is fun when it goes by there because everybody applauds and claps, of course, for the Belle of Louisville. Well, let's go to Reed Hayden because I know he has a good picture. Hi, Reed.
Hi there, Liz. We're coming very close to the waterworks now, and I'm going to say the Delta Queen at about the 24-minute mark into the race is beginning to take an ever so slight advantage, but it's still a race. It's not much of an advantage now. The Delta Queen's nose is just a little bit ahead of the Belle of Louisville. Making our circle here in the Skycam. We're on the back side of the boats now, as you can see from the view there. But we'll give you a side view here momentarily, and you'll see the advantage that the Delta Queen is beginning to take. And this would be the first time the Delta Queen has taken the advantage in this particular race this year. The Belle of Louisville shot right off to a good start. And as they began to cross under the Big 4 bridge, though, the Delta Queen began to hold it neck and neck.